to talk about our favorite Harry Potter quotes and Pottermore, what we thought about the Pottermore announcement. Some of my favorite Harry Potter quotes are profound, mostly said by Dumbledore, and some are not so profound. I'll talk about the profound quotes first. This first one is, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." I think this is a really, really good quote in a couple of different ways. I mean, it has layers. The first layer is the way that Dumbledore means it, when Harry's looking into the Mirror of Erised and spends so much time looking at the images of his parents instead of actually living his life. That's what he means. Harry's looking back on his parents and his past and is dreaming about having them again, but he's forgetting about his actual life and his actual responsibilities. The other layer that really means a lot to me is the fact that if we have all these dreams in our heads and the things that we want to do, we sometimes get so focused on those dreams and having them in our heads and perfecting them, and we never make them into reality. We focus on the dreaming aspect of it and forget to live out those dreams. The second profound quote that I'm going to talk about is also said by Albus Dumbledore, and it goes, "It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends." I feel like this quote in particular really plucks at a heartstring for me. If you think about it, it really is easy to stand up to someone that you really, really don't like because you don't care what they think of you. But if you stand up to your friends, and I've had to do this a couple of times in my life, it's hard to stand up to someone who matters to you and that you care about and you actually want them to continue liking you. But if you stand up to them, you're taking the risk of losing them as a friend even though you're trying to do the right thing. The other two quotes that I like are supposed to be funny. One is said by Ron and the other is said by Hermione. The one said by Ron is said to Lavender Brown, and it goes something like this. They're in divination class, and they're studying their crystal balls, and Professor Trelawney is making the rounds around the classroom, and Lavender Brown calls her over because she's kind of a suck-up and says, "Oh, Professor, that looks like Uranus. What do you think?" And Ron shouts from across the classroom, "Hey, Lavender, can I have a look at Uranus too?" Super inappropriate, and I love it. The second quote is said by Hermione, and it's the emotional range of a teaspoon quote. That's just, I mean, it's one of the most famous lines in the entire book. It made it into the movies, and it's just hilarious. I love Hermione. She's so witty. I wish I was more like her. The other thing that we're supposed to talk about is Pottermore, and as far as the announcement that J.K. Rowling made goes, I'm really kind of disappointed. She was still just as vague as the illusions that the articles were coming out with. You know, it's an online experience. You can live in Harry's world. I mean, I don't know what that means. But on the plus side, and I really don't mean to be bragging about leakycon, I'm sorry, I swear this is the last time I'll mention it. When I go, there's going to be a main stage event where the creators of Pottermore are going to be speaking about the thing. I don't even know what to call it. Is it a game? Is it what? Anyway, they're going to be talking about it and going to be explaining the website and the different aspects of it and what the actual user's role is going to be. I'm really excited to find out what's going to be going on with this website, and hopefully if it's a game, like an RPG game, we'll get to play and it'll be amazing, and I'm gonna do a happy dance. Remember how I told you guys that I was going to be going to a concert later this week? Well, I did, except it didn't go as planned. I left in plenty of time to get there. It was in the northern part of Chicago. About 15 minutes from the start of the concert, I'm still driving there with my friend Kylie, and my car decides that it's a great time to just break down. We pull off to the side of the road, and I finally get into a parking spot right before it shuts off. And then, you know, my GPS system says you have 5 minutes until you're actually there if you're driving, so we look at each other and we decide it can't be that long. 15, 20-minute walking tops. 2 hours and lots of sketchy streets later, we arrive at the concert. We're both freaking tired as heck, and the only person that we get to see is Alex Carpenter, even though Jason Monday was also playing, and so was Christian. Anyway, I'm glad that we got to see Alex play. It was still worth it to go, and I have bragging rights that I walked 2 hours to go see these artists. Murphy's Law struck again. Stupid Murphy's Law. I'll see you guys later, and Mike, I'll see you tomorrow.